And some concern right now over the alarming spread of a potentially dangerous disease known to have been weaponized in the past. 5 countries in East and Southern Africa have recorded anthrax outbreaks. According to the World Health Organization, there have been more than 1,100 suspected cases and 20 deaths this year alone. Anthrax is a rare but serious and potentially fatal disease caused by bacteria found in soil. It also became widely known during the 2001 attacks on the U.S. when several people either died or fell sick after being exposed to anthrax in letters sent through the mail. Joining us now is Dr. Jane Morgan, Executive Director of Health and Community Education at Piedmont Health. Dr. Morgan, welcome. Great to have you.
Thank you, Kelly.
So first, would you mind outlining how an anthrax outbreak can happen? What's the most common way, doctor?
And so the most common way is really interaction with livestock. Generally, anthrax has a natural reservoir in livestock. Human to human transmission is not that common. What we likely see is an increase in food insecurity. So not only the handling of the livestock, but perhaps the consumption of contaminated meat as well. And as you know, it can be inhaled with spores. You can have respiratory types of anthrax, as well as skin, where you get an ulcer with a black center, or even GI types with nausea and vomiting.
So this seems extraordinarily rare. Is that the case? And what can be done to prevent an outbreak potentially?
And it's not that it's rare. We certainly see these outbreaks occur, and we certainly see them oftentimes in people whose careers and the type of work that they do puts them in contact with animals constantly. When we look at Africa, the continent of Africa, and look down at that southeastern crescent and see Zambia, Zimbabwe, and Malawi right there in a cluster, and then across Tanzania, which is a fairly large country, we have Kenya and Uganda. And so actually what we're seeing are 2 different clusters right there along the East Coast, right there along the Atlantic Ocean as you head down to the south. Again, human to human transmission, however, is relatively rare.
So is this spreading to neighboring countries then a concern? Should the U.S. be on alert here?
And I think certainly that we see these numbers rising. The United States doesn't necessarily need to be on alert, but we certainly need to have awareness to monitor and track this spread. Certainly, as we see this country, Tanzania, in between, there really are 2 separate pockets, and the numbers are increasing. And so hopefully we can get a handle on that, find out from where it's emanating, and also increase the awareness of the population. Oftentimes, people just become lax as well and comfortable in their practices and have forgotten a bit about anthrax. And we have these outbreaks that reawaken us to how we actually should be managing our environment.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.